Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Let me get this out of the way first. You see that? California Highway Patrol, people. This could be dangerous. I am DWB, driving while black. So if you hear shots ring out, you'll know what happened to me. Oh, fucking stupid. Anyway, let me do some shout outs. First, gotta say what's up to my man Hollis T from OKC. I appreciate the generosity. See that? I just rap better than half these clowns out right now. No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for your support. Also, Officer Michael in Truckee. Please be safe out there, man. Thank you for your support as well. Before I get into the meat of this, as they say, I saw something on my Instagram. So there's this girl, or woman, whatever, she's a woman, that I used to work with, and I met her when she was in college, so she was still being indoctrinated. So now it's full blown. I might have mentioned her before. All the stuff you see online and you can't believe, and she's a Democratic Socialist of America. She, indigenous people and all this bullshit, right? She posted some shit, abolish whites, but she's half white. Like, I wonder how her mother feels about those posts that she makes. So yesterday, and I don't unfriend her or unfollow her, whatever the fuck it is on Instagram, because she's a treasure trove. All the crazy shit she posts, all the crazy shit that she says, it's amazing, and I just can't stop. So yesterday she posts, a screenshot of someone's Twitter or some shit, and it was some Asian girl, I'm assuming she's Chinese, and she was going on basically saying, you need to stop your fucking coronavirus racism. What? You know what? Maybe this this outbreak is worse than I thought, because it created another genre of racism. So now it's coronavirus racism, and she puts at the bottom, yeah, keep your racist jokes to yourself, bitch. So I guess people are treating Asian people different. I don't know, making jokes in front of them about the coronavirus. I don't know, man, but whatever it is, you guys better stop your damn coronavirus racism. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what it sounds like, but find it and stop it, okay? No more coronavirus racism. Oh my goodness. So, speaking of racism, let's get into some real racism. Or, I don't know, is being Jewish a race? I think that's still just a religion. But anyway, they found this fool, Friedrich. No, it's Frodrick. What movie is that from? Anyway, they found this dude, Frederick Karl Berger. And he was a part of this little group called the Nazi Party. And he was an armed guard at a couple of the facilities, the concentration camps. You see, Loco Cortez, your motherfuckers are warm and soft or loaded. Check out my fucking baby, man. You see, AOC, Loco Cortez, this was a real concentration camp. Not that bullshit picture you're trying to paint at the southern border. This guy was at a real concentration camp. He was a guard there. So he was a prison guard at a couple of facilities, where they just treated the Jew. And it wasn't just the Jews. They had Russians and Poles and French. Anybody they deemed unworthy were at these camps. And the way they were treated, the torture, the murder, I guess, and I'll put a link to an article in the description box where it talks about they went on this, they had to move them from one prison to another. They lost like 70 prisoners on the way. It was crazy. But he's saying, I never carried a weapon, and there's records that he never requested a transfer. And the crazy thing is, they found all this out when they found information on him in a sunken ship. What? What are the chances? So he's been living La Vida Loca in America, in Tennessee or Kentucky, one of the two, since 1959. So he got done, washed that Jew blood off his hands, came to America, got his little American flag and a slice of apple pie, and just moved on in. Well, guess what? Actually, yesterday, I was talking about this with a buddy of mine, and I was thinking that he was probably just thinking it was over, they weren't going to catch him, and then boom, which I think would be good if he's just totally blindsided by this. But he was saying, well, maybe not. Maybe he was looking over his shoulder every day, wondering when it's all going to come crashing down. And either way, that's great. If he lived since 1959 in fear and anxiety that he was going to get caught, good. If he lived without a care in the world and then all of a sudden it hit him like a ton of bricks, good. Either way, they're going to deport this fool, and he's all pissed off. He's like, this is ridiculous. You're taking me away from my home. Really? And what do you think those Jews, Poles, French, Russians, Latvians, whoever the hell else felt when you guys came a goose stepping in their front yard and kicked in their front door and took them from their home? And he's 94, too, old as shit. That's what you get. They came to get you, and your ass is getting deported. And I think the last guy they did this to, he died like 5 months later after he got back to Germany. So, yeah, fuck them. I mean, it's not like now, as weird as this may sound, not all Nazis were diehard, Hitler believers and Hitler followers. Some of them had to be. It was either that or a bullet. But to be a prison guard, you had to be a special kind of evil to do these. And it's not like he was, sneaking the prisoners bread and water and shit. Like, I hate to do this to you, but the Führer, he never said that shit. He was mistreating and murdering those people. Now it's time to pay the piper. And even though the piper is a few decades late, you still gotta pay his ass. Oh man, where are the mainstream mediocres, huh? Where are they? Where are all the empty suit piece of shit talking heads? We're in Nazi Germany, right? Here's a real Nazi for you. Why is this guy not just flooded with cameras? His picture plastered everywhere. Donna Lamone, the greasy lip bitch. Chris Matthews, whoops, he don't work there anymore. Ricky Maddow, where are you guys? Van Jones, the cackling bitches on The View. You got a real Nazi. How come you guys aren't celebrating? How come your floor is not covered with confetti and the remains of those little New Year's poppers? Here's your Nazi. Oh, you're not the right kind? Dang it, I'm sorry. I mean, you guys are looking for him so much, I figured you'd be excited to learn that there is one. We found your boogeyman. Fucking losers. So see you later, Mr. Burger. They should let the surviving Jews, if there are any left from these camps you were the guard of, they should let them just, how like when a football team comes out on the field, you got the cheerleaders on the side and stuff. They should let all those Jews or their family members just line the walkway of your house when they bring you out and just throw fucking eggs and rotten tomatoes and kick you in your old ass. You see that, people? We all say fuck Nazis. When you find a real one, we all say fuck them, because most Americans don't believe in that crazy shit. And people like him are the reason that Germany is in the condition it is now, aside from that childless monster Merkel. But the Nazis created this. Now Germany is doing this overcorrection campaign for what happened at the hands of these Nazis, and that's why they're overrun with asylum seekers. Got him. Anyway, nice little segue into asylum seekers. So now, I believe it starts in April. I'll put a link to one of the articles I read too. Border Patrol, I'm sure it'll be Border Patrol agents, but they're going to start taking DNA samples of detainees at the border. People trying to cross the border illegally, they're going to start taking a swab of that cheek for the database, the CODIS, where, you know, all the law enforcement agencies put their DNA information. So, you know, there's a murder somewhere, a crime scene, and they get a DNA sample they can put in there and find out if there's a match. That's what they're going to do. I don't see a problem. But of course, the immigrant rights groups and the ACLU are saying this is dehumanizing. How is it dehumanizing? And it's going against their rights. You know, what do you mean rights? You're not an American citizen. You don't have rights. We'll treat you with basic human decency. You won't be abused, but you don't have rights. You're not one of us. And so what? We're swabbing your cheek. Big deal. Don't commit no fucking crimes, and they won't have anything to compare your DNA to. And they're like, oh, this is so they can follow you and track you, and they're going to do this to American citizens. They don't have to. We have this thing called social media. You don't have to track us. You ever look at some people's social media page? You can track their movements throughout the day. You can chart the course of their relationship off of their fucking social media. You ever had your blood drawn? You ever had a fingerprint taken? They already got us. If they want us. I was listening to this thing yesterday, and it was talking about people were talking about things that were stored in their Google search history or something that they didn't even know about. Google had recorded phone calls and conversations in their home. Shit like that. This ain't nothing new. That people are going to think people of lower intelligence or who lack the skills of Google for 3 seconds will think that this is a Trump thing. Trump did this. He started this. That racist motherfucker. Nope. This was started in 2005. See, this is another case of Trump just enforcing the laws on the books. Trump didn't build the house. He's just turning the lights on. These laws are already there. He's blowing the dust off of these books. He's opening them and using these laws. And it goes for anybody in federal custody, not just illegal aliens or who they catch at the southern border. Anybody in federal custody can have that cheek swabbed. So if you don't like it, stay out of federal custody. I get sick of this shit. People come up here and all these groups, these sham bullshit groups like the ACLU want to talk about, how they're taking their rights and they're treating them so bad. Number one, it's bullshit. Number two, don't come here. Don't come here. This is a disagreement I always have with my brother. Now, don't get it twisted. My brother's no SJW, but we don't see eye to eye on the whole justice system thing. And he has valid points. He's showing me numbers. Numbers don't lie. But he talks about, basically in a nutshell, I won't give you the rundown of our text messages back and forth. But basically he's saying the system is broken and it targets people of color. My whole thing is, and this might be more of a broad brush to paint it with, but I think if the system is broken, not to mention it's the best system on earth, I'll tell you right now, I don't want to be in anybody else's custody. Huh? Anybody want to be in a Mexican prison? Anybody want to be in an African prison? A Southeast Asian prison? A Chinese one? The list goes on? Fuck no. If I had to pick a justice system, this is the one I would pick. But my angle on it is, if the system is so broken, stay out of it. Well, the social, the family's broken. I get that. That's what I've been saying. Fix the damn family and you'll have less people going to prison. But that's my thing. If the system's broke, stay out of it. If all these illegals are having their rights stripped and all these dehumanizing things done to them, then stay the fuck off our border. Because I guarantee you the worst day on our border is better than your best day wherever the fuck you come from, or you wouldn't have traveled 2,500 miles on foot to get here. So they're going to start swabbing those cheeks, keeping a database, and of course it had, I think one of the links I got was from NPR, and I purposely did that because some of the shit they write is crazy. And it was basically saying how, this is going to help. if they commit any future crimes. And then you see the line in there, well, actually studies show that immigrants are less likely to commit crimes than native-born people. You're missing the point, dummy. If you're coming here as an immigrant, you should commit 0 crimes. You're skating on thinner ice than me. Yeah, but that's my point. We have enough crime here. When you come here as an immigrant, you should have 0 criminal record, commit 0 crimes. Is that too much to ask for? I know a bunch of immigrants who came here who haven't done shit. Maybe a jaywalk or 2, maybe a little heavy on that gas pedal on the highway, but that's about it. It is possible to come to a country and commit 0 crimes. Shit, I was born in this one and I've committed no crimes. Well, I don't have a criminal record, we'll put it like that. There's a lot of us out there like that. But I have no criminal record. It's doable. I don't want to hear that, well, they commit less, you should commit 0, fool. You're a guest here. What are you doing? Oh, man. So I can't wait. Once they start having footage of them swabbing their cheeks, oh, look how they grab their little brown faces and squeeze their little cheeks and harshly scrub the inside of their mouth. Oh my goodness. The humanity. Fuck out of here, man. Let me hop in this damn rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. Also, your Jericho Green notification tone, link in the description box, $1.29. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.